Need to configure an MCP server, but tired of manually writing JSON for every client? You'll see how FastMCP 2 standardizes server configuration with a simple mcpServers object that works across Claude Desktop, Cursor, VS Code, and any MCP-compatible tool. We'll break down the three key fields, command, args, and env, and show how they translate to actual server execution.
mcpServers. Server name. Command, executable. Args, arg1, arg2. Env, var, value.
This demonstrates the declarative configuration pattern for server management. The MCP JSON standard defines a portable, client-agnostic way to specify server execution parameters through structured configuration rather than imperative code. What makes this distinctive is its separation of deployment concerns from application logic, allowing the same server code to run across different environments with just configuration changes. The pattern works by externalizing all runtime parameters, executable commands, arguments, and environment variables into a standardized JSON schema. Clients parse this configuration to launch servers consistently, while the actual server implementation remains unaware of its execution context. This creates a clean boundary between what a server does and how it gets deployed, enabling tooling to generate, validate, and transform configurations without touching application code. This approach solves the problem of environment-specific deployment complexity. By codifying server requirements in a machine-readable format, you eliminate manual setup steps and reduce works on my machine issues. It's particularly valuable for CI/CD pipelines, team collaboration, and multi-client ecosystems where you need predictable server behavior across different execution environments. The trade-off is initial configuration overhead, but the payoff comes in deployment reliability and portability. Let's break it down line by line. This opens a JSON configuration object. The outer braces define the root structure for MCP server configurations, enabling hierarchical key-value storage.
mcpServers.
Defines the MCP server configuration block. This top-level key organizes all server definitions in a single namespace, enabling clean management of multiple server configurations in one file.
Server name.
This defines a named server configuration under the mcpServers object. Each key, like server name, represents a unique server instance with its own executable command, arguments, and environment variables. The pattern enables managing multiple distinct MCP server configurations in a single file.
Command, executable.
Specifies the executable that launches this MCP server process. This is the entry point command that starts your server, typically a script or compiled binary in your path.
Args, arg1, arg2.
This defines command line arguments for the server executable. The array format ensures proper argument passing to the underlying process, with each element representing a discrete argument in the final command invocation.
Env.
The env key defines environment variables for the server process. This injects configuration at runtime, overriding system defaults without modifying the executable or its arguments. Critical for managing secrets, feature flags, or runtime-specific settings.
var, value.
This defines an environment variable for the MCP server process. The key-value pair gets injected into the server's runtime environment, overriding or supplementing system defaults. Critical for configuration like API keys, endpoints, or runtime flags that differ across deployments. This closing brace terminates the env dictionary definition, completing the environment variable configuration for this MCP server instance. It ensures all specified variables are properly scoped to this server configuration block. Closing brace for the env dictionary and the server name configuration block. This maintains proper JSON structure, ensuring the configuration is valid and can be parsed correctly. This closing brace terminates the nested JSON structure for the server configuration, completing the environment variables block and closing the server definition. It maintains proper JSON syntax while keeping the configuration scoped to this specific server instance. This closing brace terminates the JSON object structure, finalizing the server configuration block. It ensures proper syntax validation and prevents parsing errors when the configuration is loaded. MCP configuration standard. This JSON structure defines how MCP clients launch and interact with servers. Using a simple but powerful command /args/env pattern that works across all MCP-compatible tools. The server name key becomes the client-facing identifier, while the command field must resolve to an actual executable in the system path or absolute path. A single well-structured config file can control multiple servers, clients, and environments without modification.
The configuration that names the server becomes nameless to the protocol.